Hey yo, BB. So I'm filming on my phone camera because I have to be able to pause it because I'm technically making macaroni and cheese right now. I have to be able to pause it. So if I have to go, because right now I'm technically waiting for the water to boil. I just put the water on the stove and I'm waiting for the water to boil. So once the water boils, um, I have to be kind of like back and forth in the kitchen. So I wanted to do it on my camera instead of actually filming it off of YouTube's video camera. Because if I film it off of YouTube, I can't pause it without the video ending. And if I film it on my phone like I'm doing now, I can press the pause button and unpause the video. For example, before the lights were off, now they're on. Now they're off again. It's because I paused the video. If I did this on YouTube, I would not have been able to turn the lights on and off without you guys seeing. But anyways, so I'm going to be talking about my Halloween decorations. Me and my dad were outside yesterday for hours. We were out there at like 10 o'clock in the morning, and I believe we finished at like 3 or 4 o'clock at night. I want to say it felt like it. I don't know exactly when we went outside. I know it was like it wasn't like early in the morning, but it was in the morning. I want to say if I looked at my phone before I went outside, it was probably 10:30 in the morning. My mom said we were only out there for 2 hours, but it felt like it was longer because I was standing on my feet and going up and down the stairs because I kept having to go in the basement and up from the basement and going down to the family room is 8 steps, and then you have to make a left turn a little bit and then go down another 8 steps to the basement. So going up, let's see, do the math, 8, 15, wait, 16 stairs, like 5 times a day. Trying to go fast. So you're trying to get everything done. Wasn't easy. And you could tell I'm out of shape. Excuse me. Because I was out of breath after each time. So, but I'm excited because we finally got this stuff done. You're probably thinking I'm crazy because Halloween is like 4 or 5 days away. But it's kind of upsetting. And it took this long to do, but there's reasons why. Obviously because of time. There were days where I could do it, but my dad couldn't. There were days where my dad could do it, but I couldn't. It's not that my dad can't put the stuff up by himself. It's just I'm kind of wanting and always needing to be there so I can show him where to put the stuff up. There are a few things that he can do by himself. For example, I don't know what day he did it, but one day he put up the lights around the door. They're just simply orange and purple lights that we string and hang around the door, just like we hang around the garage. He was able to put up the door lights by himself, so there are obviously things that he can do by himself, but there are a lot of things where it's like I'm pointing where to put it. I've explained this before, but I pretty much point where I want it, and he tells me if he asks me if I want it hanged or pinned or nailed or screwed. He does all that stuff. Like I mentioned before, I don't want to make it sound like I don't do any work because I really do help him out. I hand him a zip tie when he asks for a zip tie. I hand him a screw when he asks for a screw. I hand him a hammer when he asks for his hammer. And he asks for a screwdriver. I hand him a screwdriver. You would think I was helping a doctor at surgery. When a doctor asks for a scalpel, I'm like, scalpel. Clamps. I'm not a doctor. But anyways, so I do help him. I do help him hang up stuff. I do help him I do more than just tell him where to put the stuff, if that makes sense. I know some of you guys were probably thinking like, yeah, that doesn't count by helping out by telling him where to put the stuff. You have to actually do stuff than more than just tell him where to put the stuff. I do. I really do more than you may think. But like I said, when I'm volunteering twice a week, on Wednesdays it's training, and Fridays it's patrol. I don't have a whole day to do it on Wednesdays and Fridays, and by the time my dad gets home, it's normally like 4 o'clock, 4:30, close to 5, and we don't have that much sunlight up anyways. So my dad's normally off on Fridays, thankfully, but then again, I'm a night person, so when I go to bed at like 6 a.m., even though it's kind of that time of year where I kind of don't. Here's the thing, like when I go to bed at 6 in the morning, it still happens sometimes in the winter and the fall. But I've noticed, because I've been going to bed at 6 o'clock in the morning for the past 6-7 years, because I'm a night owl. I really am a night owl. I get that from my aunt. I get that from my family. Okay, I'm filming in a different spot. I know the view's not the best, but I'm literally in my kitchen. I'm trying to watch the water. I'm actually going to go sit down because we still have a few minutes. Okay, I'm back to my original spot. It was just way too hard for me to film in the kitchen. The light wasn't the best. I mean, it was better than out here, but like, honestly, I have to get in the shower. I was supposed to take a shower last night, but I was sick. I had a very bad upset stomach. It wasn't really an upset stomach, I guess. Technically got my period. Yay. Get my period on Halloween. How exciting. Is actually, if I'm not mistaken, I believe it will be the first time that I've had my period on Halloween. Technically, I think my period by the time Halloween comes is today is my first day of my period. I believe so. Or maybe it was last night. No, it probably was very early in the morning. Because very early in the morning, I got up to go to the bathroom because I was asleep. And I saw that I got it. So I got ready. And I woke up about 20 minutes ago. And I was like, yeah, I was right. I'm glad I got prepared. Because it would have been a terrible mess. And I would have been very upset that I had to clean. Because right now I only have one mattress cover. I technically have two, but one, a couple days ago, I actually flew up on it. I also flew up on my bed blanket, so I'm glad I have two bed blankets. The one bed blanket I grew up on, the one bed blanket I technically flew up on was technically considered a couch blanket, but it's a huge, big blanket, so it fits on my bed because I have a twin. So it fits on my bed very easily. And it was very warm, very comfy, and it was my first time having it on my bed. And then, of course, the first night I had it on my bed, I threw up, and I couldn't make it to the toilet, and I was so mad, and I was so grossed out, and I was like, ew, Mom, how do I clean this? It was at like 4 o'clock in the morning, probably 2 o'clock, in all honesty, but finally just crinkled all the stuff together, and I threw it in a garbage bag, and I'm going to be cleaning it today. Today is laundry day when my mom gets home, because we have to go to the laundromat. But anyways, because our dryer works, but our washer technically broke a couple weeks ago. Our washer broke a couple weeks ago, so we're waiting for a repair person to come in and fix it. But anyways, so we finally got the decorations up. Like I said, when my dad works, when I technically don't work, unfortunately, I'm out of a job. But I have a volunteer job where I volunteer, I don't get paid. I have to be in every Wednesday. I have to go patrol every Wednesday. It kind of makes things difficult. Plus, my dad was the type of person where he doesn't like to put up the decorations when it's very cold. Even though I told him he can just put on a coat. Just put on a winter coat and go outside. If you put on a coat and proper shoes, it will be fine out. And a lot of times it rained. Like, it rained a lot. It's October, kind of been crappy weather. Honestly, it's been wet. It's been cold. It's been very windy. Even though October does have a tendency to be windy in Illinois. I guess Windy City, even though we're like an hour from Chicago. But, like last week, it was so windy. I actually found a light up pumpkin in the middle of the street. I was hoping my parents moved cars. And when I moved cars, it's just easy because they were going somewhere, and the car that they wanted to take was in front of the car that they didn't want to take. So, for example, they wanted to take the Jeep, and I had to move the Pontiac. So I just took the Pontiac around the block because by the time I got in the car, put it down the driveway, and took it around the block, they were already gone. It's like perfect timing if they don't fussy Dutch. So I was driving around the block, and on one of my streets, I found this light up pumpkin. It's actually kind of creepy. It was actually kind of just sitting in the middle of the street, and I picked it up. And it's like, I can't tell who this belongs to. It has no address on it. So it's actually up in my sister's room right now, because I don't know what to do with it. I mentioned something on Facebook, like on my local town's new Facebook page. And no one's really said that it's theirs. People commented on it, but they never said that it was theirs. And I don't particularly want it. I don't particularly need it. We don't have room for it. And I don't really want to take it if it's not mine. As yesterday when we were finishing up putting up the decorations, we were in our graveyard. Cemetery, even though technically it would be a graveyard because it's not blessed. But we saw a headstone that was not ours. And Dad was like, "Is this ours?" And it's like, "Actually, no, it's not. It's not ours." And again, I don't really want to keep it because we kind of don't have room in our cemetery. I mean, we probably do have room to put it up, but we have enough. Even though, in my opinion, those tombstones are over 10 years old. And each year, I'm always trying to convince my dad to get new ones. Because he is literally using, those flags that they use to mark the pipes. Like, it's like a yellow flag or orange flag. It's like they spray paint the grass and they'll put the flag on there. He's literally using those flags to pin the gravestones down. Because they're not cardboard, they're styrofoam gravestones that are faded. You can't even tell what the writing and the picture and the symbol is on the tombstones. And he's like, that kind of makes it look spooky and kind of gives it a Halloween theme. And it's like, I would rather spend more money and go out and buy new ones. Sorry, y'all, I'm back. I had to add my mac and cheese in. The water was... Okay, take a break. Catch my breath. The water was boiling, so I added mac and cheese to the water. And stirred it up a few times. And then I had to write a grocery list because we're out of butter, we're out of popcorn. Here's the thing about popcorn. I prefer stovetop. Okay? I love stovetop popcorn. It's almost like once you go to stovetop, you can't go back to microwave. However, I only make microwave popcorn when I have butter. And I use 2 sticks of butter because I really love buttered popcorn. I'm not going to talk for 15 minutes why I love stovetop better. I'm not going to talk about why I love butter so much. I did do a blog once about me explaining why I love butter and stovetop popcorn. So look that blog up. I do have a blog about it. But when I don't have butter, because obviously if we only have 2 sticks of butter left, I'm not going to use the last 2 sticks because I don't want my family to be out without butter. So I normally only make stovetop if we have butter. Plus we're out of olive oil. That's what I gotta add. I gotta add olive oil to the list. We're out of extra virgin. Anyways, so when I don't have butter, also when I'm kind of lazy and I don't really feel like making a whole pot of stovetop popcorn because I'm technically the only one that really eats stovetop. My dad does microwave popcorn, and microwave popcorn isn't all that bad. I don't want to say that it's not bad, because some of the chemicals are not the best. But I prefer stovetop, but sometimes when you're lazy, you don't really want to wait 15 minutes to make a pot of popcorn. And you just want to throw the bag in the microwave and press 3 minutes and boom, it's done. Sometimes it's not all that bad. So, anyways. So I'm very excited that we got the decorations done. I do know that, yes, it is 4 days before Halloween, but I will tell you, last year we had nothing up. We had the cemetery up, and I think we had a few things up here and there. Last year we probably had 60% of the stuff up. Now we have 90% of the stuff up. I still have to put up the stuff on the hay, but I'm probably not going to put the stuff on the hay until Halloween itself, because I don't really want that stuff blowing away, because it's more of just placing it on the hay than pinning it on the hay. You know what? You're just going to follow me, because I'm almost done filming. So the stuff that I have on the hay, it's kind of more of this putting it on the hay. I don't pin it on the hay. Ow! Ran into the fridge. I don't pin it on the hay. I kind of just really... Let's start this up real quick. I kind of just really only put it on the hay. I don't really secure it on the hay just because there's really no way to do it because of the items that they are. If you hear that noise, it's me storing my pasta. Sorry, BB, it's not the best. I can't really set my phone down because I don't want you to have to see the ceiling, because that would be boring. So I'm literally trying to hold my phone, but I'm trying to hold it close to my face, because if I hold it all the way out here, then I have a chance of possibly dropping it in the water, and I don't want to obviously do that. So anyways, okay, hold it out a little more. So my decorations are almost done. I'm pretty much done. So today, after I eat and after I get in the shower, I will go and do an outside daytime Halloween decoration tour of what my decorations look like outside in the daytime. I will tell you, I will try to do a nighttime decorate. The only things we don't technically have up, like I said, are the stuff on the hay. But I'm not going to put that up until Halloween because I don't really want the stuff taken. We have a big hay stack and we have a miniature haystack. And the miniature haystack, you will see it because I will show you it, but it's down by the rocks that we have by the end of the driveway. I have my miniature gourds, so my miniature pumpkins on there. And I have this witch that I've had for over 10, 12 years. It's just, it never really worked. It worked for a couple years. It's pretty much a witch that you added water, and she would boil the water up, and it would make fog, and her eyes would glow. And it broke like 10 years ago. I've had it for probably 12 years, and it broke like 10 years ago. And I just cut the wires out of it, and I've kind of just used her as a hay decoration. I put stuff in her some years, like for example, this year I have a small pumpkin in her. On its garbage truck. So I have it kind of sitting on the miniature hay, and I'm like, you know what? She's not pinned to the hay. If someone takes her, I could care less. She's broken. She doesn't work. We don't have really. We need to get rid of a lot of stuff. We have way too much Halloween decoration stuff. I'm willing to get rid of stuff, but it's kind of my. Anyways, it's kind of my mom that doesn't really want to get rid of stuff, but anyways, not to get into that. This is hard, and I don't blame her. It's hard. Like, I threw out a lot of decorations last night when me and my dad were putting up stuff. I would say, if we don't have room for this, if this is broken, then we're going to throw it out. And we threw a lot of stuff out last night. Not a lot, but we threw out a lot of, not a lot, but like we threw out a few things. that just didn't work, or I just didn't have any room for it, or it's stuff I never even put up in the first place. So it was hard, but I did it. So anyways, so I'm gonna get going because my mac and cheese is almost done. I'm gonna eat it, watch some emergency TV show with Johnny and Roy and Dixie and Mr. Brackett and Chip and Chief and Boot and Duke and Boot and Henry. If you know what the TV show Emergency is, it's about paramedics back in the 70s/80s, and it's very good. I highly recommend it. But anyways, bye y'all. BB out.